Hey, everybody. It's June 28th, 2025, and I'm David Domke. I'm a professor with the Institute for Common Power, and we're doing daily truths. And those are telling things that are accurate, truthful, and also cut to the core of who the United States is and who our democracy could be. We're doing this for 2 months, from May 4th, when the Freedom Riders in 1961 began their courageous journey. We started ours in 2025 on May 4th, doing these daily truths, through July 4th, the symbolic day in the American identity. Today's daily truth is about the University of Virginia. Yesterday, the University of Virginia president was forced to resign. Was forced to resign by the Department of Justice and the Trump administration, which had said that if you don't resign, we're not going to give federal dollars, grant after grant, dollars after dollar, to the University of Virginia. And the main argument by the Department of Justice for why this president needed to resign is that he had not satisfactorily destroyed the diversity, equity, and inclusion programming that Donald Trump has demanded via executive order be destroyed in federally funded organizations in this country. The Department of Justice argued that this president of University of Virginia, which is just literally 2 hours from the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C., UVA is in Charlottesville. They argued that the Department of Justice argued that this president had really just renamed the diversity, equity, inclusion programs, and that the commitment that the university had made in a several-year strategic plan to diversify the faculty and the staff and to continue seeking to build a diverse student population, that those were unacceptable diversity, equity, and inclusion positions. And that if the university did not abandon these, and that this president was not willing to abandon them, then this president needed to resign. He did. He resigned yesterday. And he did so because he was in an impossible leadership position. Hold the position and not resign, and thus put the university and so many of their programs and students and faculty and staff at grave risk, not just risk, but certainty of losing dollars for the betterment of education. Almost certainly would force the university to just fire him. That was the one hand for him. Stay there and force all of this. Or second, step down and not be able to live out the commitments that he believes that university, UVA, should live up to. He stood as long as he could stand. This has been an ongoing conflict for weeks. And the Department of Justice just forced an institution that is seeking the betterment of society, a public university, one of the great public universities in our country, to fire their president because they don't want that university to have a commitment to a diverse faculty, staff, and student population. And the president stood as long as he could. This is the truth of how education is under assault in this country. Education is both knowledge plus the ability to teach it by and to the fullness of America. That's the way education needs to function in our democracy for the good of our country, for the good of the world. And it's being attacked on every front by the Trump administration. This is a defining moment. That's why we're doing these truths. Because if we, an independent entity, the Institute for Common Power, not funded by federal dollars, doesn't tell the truth, who is? Who is going to tell the truth? That's our truth for today, June 28th, 2025.